Hello, Internet. This is Toiletmunger again, with a brief sort of non-scripted off-the-cuff video. So, about a year ago now, I posted 2 videos of top 10 characters I want to see in Smash 4. But the operative word there is want. They weren't predictions. I expected little to none of those characters to actually make it in. And it's become increasingly obvious that most of them aren't going to make it in. Starfy, confirmed for an assist trophy. Saki is also an assist trophy with the Smash Brothers logo, so it doesn't look like there's going to be a Sin and Punishment character. There are still a few in there that I think have a chance, and we'll get to those in a bit, but that's the way things are going to go. So, considering that E3's coming up, I wanted to do a video of my actual predictions for who's going to be in the game. And I'm factoring in a few things, but the Gematsu leak is not in there. Although a lot of my character predictions are the same as the Gematsu leak. This was stuff I predicted before that was public information. So, without further ado, let's go. Alright, so I devised this image up here, and I edited in characters who are not confirmed yet, and they are in black and white. Obviously, Mario, Link, Pikachu, Kirby, Donkey Kong, Samus, Fox, Yoshi, Luigi, Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff's gonna return. It's as simple as that. I mean, he's been in every single previous Smash Brothers. He's a new fairy type for X and Y, so it just makes sense to include him. Captain Falcon and Ness. Captain Falcon hasn't really been in a game recently, but he did have that site in Nintendo Land, and again, he's one of the original 12. They're not getting rid of him, especially given how iconic the Falcon Punch has become, even outside the Smash Brothers community. So, not getting rid of him. Ness, I mean, Earthbound just made a killing on Wii U Virtual Console. There are some people that got a Wii U just so they could play Earthbound on Virtual Console, so yeah, we're gonna see him back. Lucas, I don't think so, considering Mother 3 never came out in America, and he was basically a clone of Ness to begin with, so, you know, that's life. Ice Climbers, coming back, because, I don't know, they were in the past 2 installments. I don't really see any reason not to include them. Early on, Sakurai said he was having trouble with multiple characters at once, but given that Rosalina works with multiple characters, you know, I don't think it's a problem anymore. I think he got that figured out. The Me, that's one of the characters from the top 10 I did. I think it's coming in. There have been a number of leaks saying that the Me is going to be in there, and I just think it makes sense considering that Nintendo is trying to push the Me as a character in Nintendo games. Like, you see it in Mario Kart, and it's a player icon for everything. Now it's not exclusive to the Wii anymore, even though that's how it got its name. It's on the 3DS as well, and the Wii U. Like, I think Mii's gonna be in there. Plus, it'll give people an excuse to play as Reggie, which is something people have been petitioning for. So that can be kind of a workaround, like Reggie can reveal, hey, I am playable in the next Smash Brothers. Kind of. Ganondorf. Some people say he's not coming back because he hasn't been in a Zelda game recently, but he's a third of the Triforce. So I think I can say with relative certainty that he's coming back. If they replaced him with someone like Girahim, I just don't think that would make sense, because we don't even know if Girahim's going to be in another Zelda game. It would be cool to see him in there, but I'm not holding out any chances, and I just see Ganondorf as more likely. Maybe give him a different moveset, considering that that's something people have wanted for a long time, but I think he's coming back. Palutena. Here's an interesting one. There are leaked pictures of Palutena in Smash Brothers that have never been officially, denied. People have analyzed the crap out of those pictures and haven't found anything that would lead them to believe that they are actually fake. Adding on to that, Palutena is a really requested character and one of Sakurai's creations. Well, not quite, but she was in a game that Sakurai worked really, really hard on recently. So it would make sense that he would want to include her. Isaac from Golden Sun. This one's a bit of a shot in the dark. But I think it makes sense considering that he has been in a couple different Nintendo games. Golden Sun's one of the Nintendo series that has a fan following that still doesn't have a character in Smash Brothers yet. And in Brawl, you got him as an assist trophy and music and whatnot from Golden Sun. So he was obviously on the developers' minds. And then in the Smash Brothers Direct, they showed off a bunch of the returning assist trophies, but did not show off Isaac. So I don't know. I think that he has a decent shot of getting in. He's one of the ones I'm more like, I don't know about, but I'm betting on him getting in there. I could be wrong. Next we have SHULK from Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade is one of the highest reviewed games for the Wii, and it's still in really high demand, but I think they kind of made a mistake with that exclusivity deal. Now you have to go online and find a copy for $70. I ain't doing that, but SHULK represents Project Rainfall, that whole big movement, and Monolith Soft. They're working on X, which presumably has SHULK in it again, so yeah, I think SHULK's going to be in there. Falco, it's either him or Wolf, the way I see it. I don't think they're going to bring both of them back, because they're both Fox pseudo-clones, but I think Falco's the more likely of the two, considering that he's been in since Melee. I legitimately want Wolf in more, though, because he's a villain, and his moves are more different from Fox's than Falco's are, but I think Falco's the more likely of the two. Alright, so, Crom Nom 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 Nom. Very highly suggested character. Fire Emblem Awakening is the best Fire Emblem in terms of both sales and reviews. Just the best received Fire Emblem overall. It would be stupid for them not to include a representative from that game. I personally would rather have Robin / the Avatar / the Tactician / whatever you want to call him as a character, but Crom is the more popular choice, and I just see him getting in there. Mr. Game & Watch. He has a unique moveset. He's been in since Melee. He represents a franchise that no one else represents. He's one of my mains in Brawl, so I really hope he doesn't leave. Yeah, Mr. Game & Watch. That's all I have to say to that. Meta Knight! Meat Knight, as some people on the internet call him. He's coming back. He was playable in Kirby's Return to Dreamland. He continues to have a big role in the Kirby series. They'll probably tone down his moves so he doesn't get the banning treatment like he did in Brawl, but I think he's coming back, especially since he's one of Sakurai's characters. And really, besides Kirby, Meta Knight, and DDD, those are the main characters of the Kirby franchise. There's not anyone else they could add from the Kirby franchise that's on the same level of importance as those three. Even though there are a few that I want, like Prince Fluff, I think it's probably just going to be those three again. Dixie Kong! Well, she was one of the Hidden Seven on Brawl. Her data was found within the game, however, she was not a playable character. They weren't able to program her in time. And Tropical Freeze has brought her back into the spotlight. She's another female character. That's something Sakurai's emphasized there will be more of in this new game. I just think she's likely, and more likely than King K. Rool, considering King K. Rool hasn't had a new game since Mario Super Sluggers, which was just after Brawl's release. So Sakurai seems to be putting more of a focus on adding in new characters from games that have had games after Brawl, significantly after Brawl. That's another reason Isaac's kind of a shady one, because his newest game was 2010, but it's still long enough between Brawl and this game that I think he has a decent shot. Wario. Well, we have the W symbol for both Waluigi and Ashley assist trophies, so he's coming back. There's no real question about it. Next. Alright, so this is an interesting one. The DENPAMEN from the DENPAMEN series on the Nintendo eShop. Now, the Gematsu leak says something about Chorus Boys, but like I said, I kind of came up with most of these before the Gematsu leak, and I really didn't want to, shift it around to, appease that leak, so to speak. That rhymed. I think that the WTF character, as it's referred to, is an unpredictable thing, and trying to predict it even with a supposed leak isn't gonna happen. It's just such an off-the-wall thing that I was just like, DENPAMEN, because the eShop needs a representative, I feel like. There are a lot of games on the eShop that have memorable characters and stuff, and I think the DENPAMEN would make a good character, considering that they all have these weird, elemental-based attacks, and they can attack as a unit. They're basically like the Chorus Boys from Rhythm Heaven, but just more me-ish. Of everyone on this fake roster, they're the least likely, but again, you could say the same thing about the Gematsu leak, that everyone on that roster is more likely than the Chorus Boys. You just don't know these things. R.O.B, I don't want him to come back, but I think he is, considering that they always seem to bring the retro characters back, hence putting Ice Climbers and Mr. Game & Watch on this. I don't really know anyone who uses him, but he represents his own franchise. So, woo, R.O.B. And then finally, PAC-MAN. I know that Sakurai said that Namco Bandai isn't getting any sort of special treatment. Third-party characters are still a very rare thing, and it's not going to be like Namco Smash Brothers or anything. But considering that there have been Namco items confirmed for the game, and the final destination is based off of the Soul Calibur swords, I think it's fair to say that Namco is being represented in this, and who better to represent them than Pac-Man? I mean, he's the most widely recognized of their characters, and really, a lot of people have been saying, this is more of the iconic characters Smash Brothers. They're advertising it with Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, these gaming giants that, everyone knows fighting each other. And there really aren't many video game characters on the same level as Pac-Man as far as recognizability goes. So, yeah, those are my predictions for Smash 4. We'll see just how accurate they turn out to be in a couple weeks. So, I might do an update after that. We will see. Alright, this is Toiletmunger signing off.